And I believe we are live. Couple minutes late. Working on a couple things with the live stream. You might notice a difference in quality. Hopefully this doesn't bug out on me because I changed some of the settings inside of Streamlabs OBS. So hopefully the video quality is actually a little bit better, not just for the live streams, but also for the tutorials coming up. So I changed a couple things with the Twitch account. So instead of In-Flight Music Podcast or In-Flight Music Live, back when I first started, let's see here. Let me double check that I am live because I actually didn't see a notification. But back when I did start YouTube, hold on. Yeah, let me stop talking for a second because it looks like I might not be live. Nope, I am live. Okay, cool. What's up, Classy? How you doing? But yeah, back when I first started my Twitch, I had In-Flight Music and I also had In-Flight Music Live. And I ended up building up In-Flight Music Live early on and kind of ignored In-Flight Music, but I switched In-Flight Music Live to In-Flight Music Podcast, which is coming, by the way, just in a different format than what you're expecting, but that is on the way. But I switched it back to just In-Flight Music. So the link is in the description below. I only changed it for a few of my recent videos, so hopefully you guys get the message with these newer videos. But anyway, yeah, I'm cooking up some guitar loops. Tomorrow I actually have a video on this particular guitar coming out. It's from Ample Sound actually. It's called Ample Guitar. But this is a semi-hollow. I was talking before, yeah, you guys haven't seen the video yet, so I gotta kind of keep that in mind. But in the video, I mentioned that on Sundays, I do a Q&A in another Monster Productions Discord, and that's at 1 o'clock. So if you guys want to hop in there, there should be a link in the description of the YouTube video below. But if you guys want to hop in there on Sundays, we do a Q&A, and one of the questions that popped up was about guitars. And in my last live, this was last Friday, I believe, I actually went over some free guitars and some other guitar options, including this one, but I didn't have this one at the time. So I went ahead, picked this up, and actually I got this from Ample Sound, so shout out to Ample Sound. But I told them about the situation, how I was trying to explain this guitar, but I didn't have it. But now that I can go through it, we can go over some of the sound qualities of it and some of the features. Which, like I said, I have a tutorial on this coming out tomorrow, but I just want to make some loops real quick with it. This isn't a loop or anything. This was just me randomly recording, and this is actually what I use in tomorrow's tutorial. But I'll just let you guys listen to this. Let me switch this back to the default settings. So this is without changing anything. This is just what the guitar sounds like right off the bat. So yeah, like I said, it was just me playing randomly. It's not a perfect loop or anything. I'm not even sure what tempo I was recording at. But the sound of the guitar is just really clean, really straightforward. And that's what you want for the Illenium style guitars and the Roddy Rich, the Rod Wave style guitars. They're using really clean style guitars and then adding effects on top of that. I know for a fact that Illenium actually said that he uses a Telecaster. So I might jump into that here in the future, but you absolutely can get the Illenium sound with this guitar because we're just looking for, in general, clean jazz style sounds. And you'll see in these presets up here that a lot of these presets are categorized as jazz. So if you ever see something categorized as a jazz guitar, definitely check that out for the trap style type beats. the guitar trap type beats that are coming out right now. For a free option, I brought this up in the last live, but I definitely want to show you guys this. Let's see. If you guys go to Native Instruments and pick up the Contact player, here we go, Contact. Contact player is free. It comes with a whole bundle if you guys want to pick up the rest of the plugins, but there's a guitar inside, there's a few guitars actually inside of the factory selection. So if you click on Instruments here and go to Jazz Guitar, and let me just, I'm getting a little, I plan on, in my old computer setup, I had 2 sound cards, so I was able to route the audio from my main sound card directly into my Firewire sound card. And that's how I was able to avoid using a voice meter. And that's what you're hearing crackling. But let's try to make this more into what you guys are looking for. And then I'll get into the Illenium stuff, because I definitely want to do some emo type guitar or EDM style guitar, more ambient stuff for today. But I am going to do more Roddy Ricch and Rod Wave stuff probably Friday. So tune in then if that's what you're looking for. But anyway, let's go ahead and try to make this. I remember liking the 5th pickup here. But you can hear that it gets like really thin. One of the other things that I like doing is turning on the this wah. But then you gotta turn up the volume. No, hold up. So we're getting a little warmth from the distortion here. And volume's up here actually. Let's change our distortion tone. So that's about the closest that I'm gonna get with the free, your free option. But play around with this, especially with the pickup. It definitely can work. Definitely can work. But in terms of just overall quality and tone, it's not really competing with this semi-hollow right here. Yeah, it's and like I said, this is just the default setting. So let's go ahead and actually make this into something that we want to really dive into. So what's really cool about this guitar are these different articulations. So I'm going to turn on some articulations to make this playing even more expressive. So I'm a keyboard player. I don't play guitar, so I'm doing my best here. But you'll hear that I'm able to get quite a bit of expression out of this just by engaging a few options here. So I'm turning on the mutes. Let's see. Yeah, the palm mutes and the sustain at the same time. So now when I lightly tap the keys, I get palm mutes. And then if I go with normal velocity, I get my sustains. So just another layer of dynamics, but it doesn't stop there. So now for the top of the velocity, I can engage this option right here. Right now it's on pop. So if I hit the key really hard, it's just gonna play the string really loud. Literally popping the string. But I can switch this to harmonic, and now I'm getting the harmonic instead. So now I have 3 very distinct layers of velocity and articulation. And then from there, you have your slides, your legatos, hammer on, pull off, and that's this section right here. So right here, this is hammer on, pull off, which is the same thing as this. So you can engage this with the keyboard as well, but I like to just play. I like to just play with the keyboard. So I do that by engaging this right here. And you'll hear that the keys are just a lot smoother with the transitions here. You hear how that when you're playing a note that's on the same string, it just glides it pretty nicely. So just articulation with movement, if you could think of it in that sense. Let's switch to legato. This is what I'm probably going to be making these loops with, this mode right here. I'm not really hearing the legato here. There it went. I didn't have this much trouble with the legato in the tutorial, that's for sure. I gotta find a note that plays on the same string. And like I said, I don't actually play, there we go. I don't actually play guitar, so I don't know offhand where these notes would be. However, there's another mode that you could switch this to, which would probably allow that a little bit better. And I'm not talking about the keyboard mode. I'm gonna stay away from that. But that would definitely allow it. But this capo right here, this is a way of transposing the guitar. So if I turn this up to like 2, this transposes the guitar up 2 semitones. Oh, what's up, Vivaldi? What's going on, Casper? So that's just 2 semitones up just by turning that knob. So that's really convenient. And it's really convenient in real life for anyone that's trying to learn how to play guitar. I used to have a few guitars just laying around, and my roommates would have guitars. I would always use a capo because I would learn certain hand positions or certain chords. And then I would just play that up and down the guitar depending on where the capo was. And that's how I'd play different keys. So it's very similar to how I play keyboard as well. Some of you guys already know, I play everything in E minor. That's really close to being in the middle of the keyboard. It's a really good key to write songs in. But I transpose all the time so that I can play in additional keys as well. But that allows me to play proficiently, or as proficiently as I play, in any key. So just by learning one scale or one type of hand or chord positions on the guitar, same thing with the keyboard, you could just do the same thing over and over again in all the different keys just by transposing or using a capo. So if you ever hear that term, that's what they're talking about with the capo. But you'll notice that right here, everything that I play is within a certain range. So it creates a really realistic sound in terms of guitar playing. So you'll notice all the notes are within this range. So it's within, what, how many frets? 5 frets. So it's all within 5 frets, but you could change this to 2 octaves. And this is where we'll get more of the legato sensation. Classy uses A minor and F minor all the time. That's dope. That's dope. Sorry, I got a little carried away there. So yeah, that's the mode that I like a lot. And it's because it allows a lot more movement within the guitar. So when you're soloing and doing more of the lead type playing, like I was doing there, that allows a lot more of the expressiveness in terms of hitting a wider range of notes. You literally can see that it's a wider range of notes. So that guitar, DJ Vivaldi says the guitar neck is a little different than the chromatic keyboard, but it's good for you to play. Yeah, and speaking of which, so Ample Sound with their guitars, they allow different modes. So right now it's on guitar mode, so it makes sure that I can't play the same note on the same, or two different notes on one string, like a real guitar. But you could switch it to keyboard mode, like I was saying earlier, with trying to achieve even more legato slide. So this would probably really do it. So right now we're on keyboard mode. So now I can have two notes on the same string. And I was totally wrong about the whole legato slide, so. Yeah, definitely a very different vibe than playing normally. And then this third option is just mono, or not mono, but single, one note at a time. So yeah, right there. I was trying to chord it up right there, and you can't, obviously, because it's on monophonic. That's the word that I was looking for. Monophonic instead of polyphonic. And then right here you have slide noises, or stroke noises, which you can also activate with your keyboard. And then you have palm mutes and tapping, or not tapping, but percussive hits. So yeah, if you get really, like I got to practice that to get timing right with the slaps and the slides, because when I first tried it out, I was sliding when I wasn't changing chords, which I don't think makes sense. So yeah, I gotta look at a tutorial on how people actually play with all these different articulation options and effects options. Another thing that I like doing is doubling up the guitar. So this double section right here. Right now, everything's like right down the middle. So let's turn this up, or turn this on. It's already on 15, so we should already hear a wider stereo image. I wasn't expecting it to be that wide already. Yeah, so I'll probably have this on while I start making these loops as well. Let's crank this up and see how wide this gets, because that's already pretty... Why is the number not changing? Oh, okay, there we go, 35. Almost sounds just as wide, just more phased. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it on at the default 15. 14, 15, there we go. I appreciate that, Casper. DJ Vivaldi, I appreciate this plugin very much because it has a lot of extras typical of playing guitar. Yeah, that's what's really impressing me about this plugin, even before I got this plugin. So I've done tutorials on Ample Sound products before, one of them being this Ample Guitar M2 Lite. And this has a lot of those features. So here's the doubler, which I was just working with. You have your sounds right here, the different hits and slaps, poly repeater. This will just repeat the note back and forth. Let's see, downstroke noises, slap. So it's all the same stuff. The only thing it's limited in is the right here. Oh, get out of there. Right here we just have the finger picking option, but and a few other things I'll point out in a second. Right now we're on finger picking as well, so we could switch to picking. I hope I'm saying that right. Like I said, I'm not a guitar player. I just happen to have been around guitars and guitar players. So yeah, if you think about picks, it's just going to make a more plosive. You can hear that attack. I love that sound. It works really well. But let me switch this back to finger. And then, what was the other thing that I wanted to point out? Oh yeah, so the differences between this and that. So there's a really awesome mode, which I'm about to jump into right here, right now, in terms of making these loops, because I definitely want to mess around with this thing. So this is the Riffer. They call this Riffer 2.0, I believe. So this is an update to something that they've already had, but this was never inside of the free version, Ample Guitar M2 Lite. So these new Ample guitars that they're coming out with, this is version 3, and it has this Riffer section. You do have this strummer, which of course this has as well. That's the tab player. Yeah, so same strummer. This also has the tab player. Another huge difference, just like the finger picking versus the using a pick, in the effects section, you have just this. So you only have, you know, your basic, like a basic compressor, some distortion, reverb delay. Nothing crazy. I didn't notice this wah pedal over there. I might have to use that. I definitely have to use that, actually. I might have to do that in the live on Friday for the Roddy Ricch stuff, because they use acoustic guitars too as well. And that's one of my favorite guitars. Anyway, in the effects section here, we get a huge upgrade with these amps and cabinets and mics. And let me tell you, like I said, we started out with just the default tone. What I'm going to do, I'm going to save what we've created so far, and then I'm going to run you guys through how much variety we could get out of this and still have a lot of use out of a lot of the different tones. Let me save this as in flight. I'm just going to play the loop that we have so far. You could go through presets down here. I think that's what I'll do. Let me go through the overall presets, actually. So I want to show you guys, like, this guitar is pretty versatile. So you've heard a lot of the clean stuff, but this can get pretty dirty too. This is Night Train. Oh, nice. Oh, that was nice at the end there. Oh, I'm missing some comments here. I'm glad that I play the guitar and by the way, I can use such plugins. Yeah, for someone that actually plays guitar, for you to praise these plugins, it definitely means something. Because yeah, DJ Vivaldi plays all of his stuff. Yeah, I'm happy to share, for sure. Happy to share. Let me, what was I about to do? Oh yeah, let's, and then back to some clean presets. Oh, that's the default. Yeah, the overall effects are just so much better. Specifically this convolution reverb. So they have a convolution reverbs work off of impulse responses. So I'm not even sure if they consider this as a convolution reverb, or that they're just calling a reverb with impulse responses. But either way, it simulates real spaces. And the texture of this reverb is just awesome. And you have a stereo delay here. And all these have presets too. A good amount too. You have some compression. Let's turn this on. Actually, yeah, let's go back to my preset and finish sound designing what I was making. So yeah, let's turn on some. When we're on finger picking, you'll notice, like I said, when you switch to the pick library, you get a more prominent attack. But you can create the same feeling. So that might be too smooth. Maybe you're looking for something in between. You can create that with compression. So this is something that I don't go over in the tutorial tomorrow, and that's because it was a ample guitar tutorial. But today I'm doing sound design, so I'll go over the compression settings here. Ocelot, what's going on, bro? Let me go ahead and turn this on, and you'll actually see the compressor working and see where we get dips in our audio. And we're trying to make that attack. You see that going on right there? That's what we want, a more prominent attack. So we already have a little bit of an attack. So turn that off. On. You hear more of attack, and then the rest of the the rest of the sound ducks down. But it's a little too quick. So let's go ahead and open up the compressor, and now we'll get even more of an attack, and less of the body will get ducked down, or we'll get more of an attack. Let me just say that. And because we're using like a plucked instrument, typically you might want a faster release, but depending on how we sustain these notes, we might want it longer. Let's just use our ears. That's way too long. Release settings tend to be a lot more forgiving. You can see your gain reduction right here. And then this is your ratio. So this is basically no compression. And then you have almost a brick wall right here with 21 or 8:1. 2.7 sounds pretty good. And then this is your threshold. So we can duck a lot of this down. But we want to bring that body back up. We're just trying to shape this a little bit. See how prominent that attack is now? And you can see like a huge difference in the shape versus where the threshold was at before. Leave it right about there. Got a little EQ here as well. You could just click in nodes. I'm not really going to mess with this. If I EQ it, I'll add EQ after we're done. Let's see here. That's pretty much all the settings that I want to go over. So let's go ahead and make some loops here. I'm going to go ahead and go to a new pattern, pattern 3. I'm going to delete that. Let's loop this for 8 bars. Yeah, just a simple 8-bar loop here. And then let's add some effects. Or actually, let me choose my amp inside of Ample Guitar. I like this twang. Did I change anything here? Oh, the capo. And my octaves. There we go. Let's find a tempo. Peace out, classy. 110 sounds good. I've got to turn my metronome on. I think now it's on. Yes, it is. My timing was, I don't know why I couldn't hear the metronome barely. But let's see if I can fix my timing with some MIDI editing here. Yeah, I was like super early right there. Let's just take all this, shift this back, and then let's extend these notes. Not that guy, not that guy. And let's quantize from there. Actually, no, let's not. Let's take a listen. Get rid of that guy. I'm gonna actually, yeah, let's go ahead and fix this up, and then I'll humanize some of this stuff on my own. DJ Vivaldi says, I think these type of plugins are made by guitarists so other manufacturers can learn the magic of this instrument. And you're absolutely correct. I believe the guy that I'm in contact with at Ample Sound, he himself is a guitarist. And then same thing with, I just dropped an Easy Bass tutorial today, and that the makers of Easy Bass, or really the Tune Track guys over there, they're all actual musicians. So I know Bill Terrell, I believe he plays bass guitar. So yeah, I might have to double check on that, what he actually plays. I'm pretty sure it was bass guitar. But yeah, they're all actual musicians out there with those particular companies anyway. I would be surprised if you went to like Isotope and a bunch of them weren't actual, you know, mix engineers or mastering engineers and whatnot. Recording engineers and stuff like that. So now we're going to go ahead and humanize some of this with the timing. So let's go ahead and listen to what quantizing messed up here. Right at the beginning here. So we got to shorten this. I'm actually going to turn the snap settings to none, which it is. So let's go ahead and Boom. So that was easy enough right there. And then something weird happens here. Yeah. Oops. Yeah, when it comes to guitar loops, I usually am a lot more meticulous with this stuff. I think we got it. Yeah, let's go ahead and add some effects to make it more special, you know? Because we can't just leave it as a stock guitar, or it's not stock. We definitely changed some stuff up, but let's go ahead and add some sauce. And that's what I've been doing the past couple weeks, just showing you guys the sauciest freaking plugins I ever got my hands on. This being one of them right here, Cassette from Waves Factory. Once again, we're not even going to change anything. Let's just listen to what we got. Let's go through some presets. Let's turn off that metronome. And let's go ahead and double this up as well, because I believe we have 8 bars inside of the playlist. So inside of the piano roll, let's go ahead and highlight all this and hit Control B. And that messed up because I had this section highlighted on accident. So let's go ahead and move that right there. Many instruments have their own specific sound, which can only be extracted by music. Oh, that's so true. So Vivaldi's making a good point here. I want to read this. Many instruments have their own specific sound, which can only be extracted by musicians playing on them, and such plugins allow other musicians to experience this unique feeling. Yeah, bro. Like, I definitely want to get a guitar again, because no matter what, it'll teach me to even use the fake guitars better, to be completely honest. So yeah, I definitely want to pick up a guitar, not even to just become proficient at guitar, but just to become more familiar with how it's played and what it's supposed to sound like, you know? So very, very good point. What's wrong with my clicking? What's up? The game is rigged. I think I'm going to layer that with some reverb. Let's go vintage verb. Let's use the mix here. And you'll see why in a second. Okay, so why would I use the mix knob here and not here? It's because vintage verb, or at least the makers of Valhalla, expect you to use this as a send effect. So as you go through these presets, you'll notice that the mix inside of Valhalla Vintage Verb, and probably all their plugins, is turned up to 100%. So in those cases, I like to use the mix knob in FL Studio instead, which I freaking love that it's here. It took me a while to realize that the other DAWs don't do this, and how much I love that that's there inside of FL Studio. But anyway, that's a side note. When you go through these presets, if you're trying to cycle through presets, like a good starting point, it's good to have this little mix knob there, because now we could just go through here and the amount of reverb that we want is dialed in no matter what. Ash Music Group, what's going on? I think I'm gonna go with the 80s vibe. Let's change the mode. Dirty plate. This is just allowing more of the high end of the reverb to come through. Less of the bass. Low cut, get rid of low frequencies of the reverb. But I'm going to EQ this whole thing overall as well. And I think I might use like a vintage compressor as well, just to bring everything up with that reverb. But first I want to reach for my EQ, and then I'll show you guys a little trick that I like to do in these sound design situations. Man, I want to get that FabFilter Pro Q3 so bad. I'm so sick of using FL's EQ. Like, my other alternative would be Isotope's Neutron. This is probably the best EQ that I do have, if I'm being honest. In terms of features, so yeah, simple low pass, that's all we really needed. High pass, I mean, low cut. Cleans it up nicely. And now I'm gonna bring in, let's go simple with R comp. Kind of mesh all this together. So with the threshold, we're just making sure that it goes anywhere below the signal, but I like to go wherever it's bouncing around a lot, and then maybe a little bit below that, but this looks about a good starting point. And then bring the ratio down to about 2 to 3. And that's giving us about 2 to 3 dB of gain reduction. So it's just cleaning it up. I need to get that shimmer reverb really bad, because I just got a plugin that has a shimmer reverb in it, and it just made me realize like how awesome shimmer reverbs are. And I know that Valhalla has like the quintessential shimmer reverb, so yeah, I'm gonna have to pick that up. Their plugins aren't that bad. They're only $50, and I use the crap out of the vintage verb. So yeah, I do plan on picking it up for sure. I'll actually pull up that plugin because yeah, it sounds amazing. It's brand new it's a new one that I just picked up. Anyway, attack and release settings. Looks like we're doing pretty good, but I'm going to back this off a little bit. Looks good. We're still getting rid of all this extra noise that we don't need. I'm going to decrease the release settings. And basically what this does, this lets the compressor recover faster, which will usually let the sound a lot more natural. And let's just listen to before and after. And this is without gain compensation here. See how much more controlled that volume is? So now we get to turn it up. And we definitely made it louder. So keep that in mind. It's always going to sound better when it's louder, so. Might be going a little too ham on the cassette effect there, but you could go into the settings here and the one effect that I want to change. I think it's the random snap. I want to change. So it's on 3% right now. Let me crank this up to 100. Yeah, so it's that. So let me crank it down to 1%. That's pretty boss. I wish I could go to like 1.5%. I feel like 2% is going to be too much. See, this is crazy. This is what sound designers do, guys. Like, you guys don't realize that these little increments. Oh my god. That's like the secret with plugins like Silent. Like, people don't realize, like, taking that knob all the way to the extreme, like, it's almost a completely different setting when you combine certain elements, when you combine certain effects with each other. So, like, if you take that distortion, crank it up all the way, and then just turn it back just one notch, you get a very different type of distortion, sounding distortion. So these little 1%, 2% increments, it's what we obsess over sometimes. Okay, 2%'s perfect. Yeah, that 3% was just pitching it a little too hard. That's crazy that I could hear just that 1% difference, but it's there. I mean, it's there for a reason. The settings are there for a reason. Let's go ahead and layer a melody over this. So I was talking about that plugin with Shimmer. What's up, UT Password? Want to become famous? Buy followers, primes, and views on bigfollows.com. Yeah, I want to be famous on bigfollowers.com. Obsession. And if you go into the effects of Obsession, if you guys haven't checked out my Obsession tutorial, definitely check it out. Here's the stock, the default sound. It's a pretty epic sounding synth, but for me personally, when I think about synthesizers, I think about this particular sound. I know other people think about other sounds like your DX7s, which I used to hate DX7s. I used to hate that fake bell piano sound, but that's what they're known for. And it definitely reminds me of the 80s. But more than other synths, the Oberheim synths, the OBXs, that's what I think of when I think of synthesizers, old school synthesizers that I actually like in terms of the sound quality, because they're really rich in sound. And that just reminds me, Synapse Audio is also the makers of the Legend. And when you purchase the Legend, you get an effect called Legend, which is basically a model of the ladder Moog filters, I believe. I might have to double check that, but if you guys know anything about me and sound design and synths, I judge a synth more on their filters more than their oscillators a lot of the times. I know how important the oscillator is, but if you have the right filter, you can make any oscillator sound good. Let's see here. What I really like about this plugin, I hope it doesn't prove me wrong here, I don't have to route anything. I can just add this and then the filter just works. Yes, I am correct. You hear how warm and smooth that is? Anyway, let's go ahead and make something here. Let me add this to a separate track. Actually, let me send this to track 9. Yeah. And then I'm going to put this on track 10. And then I'm going to take these effects and put them on track 9. And you could do that by going to File, go to Save Mixer Track State As, and you can actually drag and drop this onto track 9. And then I'm going to rename this Guitar. And then right now we're getting fuzzies because we have all these extra plugins. And turn that off. Fuzzies are gone, but I'm going to go ahead and delete all these anyway because we don't need them anymore. And I'm going to need those slots if I want to process all of these plugins together. When I said plugins, I meant sounds. Now we have this Legend effect on the master. So I'm just going to click on this and drag this preset onto the instrument bus. And then I'm going to take track 9 and 10, which are my instruments, and I'm going to route those to the instrument bus. You could right click and select route to this track only. So now we're hearing 2 filters. That's because the filter on the master is still on. So let's go ahead and delete that. Now we're back to the original sound. And I'm going to adjust this filter for the guitar specifically, and then I might move the filter to only the guitar. Like right about there, without it. Kind of cold. Just a slight warmth, slight texture to it. So from there, let's go ahead and make a counter melody with Obsession. And actually, let's lay down some chords. We're going to have to pick a sound first. Let's go to our pads. let's use the filter inside of this is just reference. We're just going to have this tucked in the background. It might not be very loud by the time we get done. I am going to turn up the ample guitar though. And notice that the way that I turned up the ample guitar, it was inside of the channel rack. So when I did that, that drives the signal further into the cassette, into the reverb, into neutron, and into the compressor. So now when we look at the compressor, again, we were just using our ears. It sounded good. But now when we look at the compressor, we should have even more compression going on. And you can see before we were between 2 and 3, now we're between 3 and 5. Which happens pretty often in sound design. When I'm layering a bunch of sounds or a bunch of effects, I really want to control the dynamics of what's going on, and usually 1 or 2 compressors can do the trick, or a combination of a compressor and EQ, and that's what we have here. An EQ taking out all that extra low end, and inside of the plugin itself, inside of Valhalla, we even have a low cut, almost up to 200 hertz. So it should be clean already, but we still heard a difference with the Neutron EQ, and that's because even though Valhalla's cutting out that much of the sound, there's still a lot of the reverb. There's still a lot of other sound going on just from the guitar itself that had a lot of original low end. Not low end, but mid lows, I guess you could say. So let's go ahead and lay down those chords. We're going to keep it on the same pattern. I like. I'm going to change the volume of these two. I think we got it. Yeah. Maybe tuck it right there. Oh, let's turn it back up. Has a nice little moment in there. Now let's look for, I'm going to add another obsession. Actually, let's listen to what that shimmer effect sounds like on those chords. It's an awesome effect. I'm not sure if I'm going to use it here though. I'm gonna EQ and compress the pad a little bit. First, let me pull up just our basic EQ. I've added some new categories here, so I gotta get used to my new layout. Jesus. Fruity parametric EQ too, there you are. Oh my God. Anyway. Probably needs to duck that a little bit. I'm going to put a stereo shaper on that. Wider. There we go. And let's add expand. Let's not expand, bro. Replace. And the reason I'm adding expand, I want to take a look at some bells and mallets. And I'm going to copy the melody from Ample Guitar over. And I'm going to send this over to track 11. Control L. And let me go ahead and name this pad. Pad Obsession. Bell expand. That's going to work. So from there, I'm not going to mess around with editing inside of expand. I already know what I want to do on the outside of it, which is definitely some vintage verb. Not necessarily in this order, but I know I'm going to want some vintage verb on it. Again, I'm going to turn this mix down. I don't know if I'm even going to change the preset. Yeah, maybe turn the decay down a little bit. Add some delay. And like I said, I didn't know what order I want to do this in. So here I am adding this delay before the reverb. And let's go with Comeback Kid. That's Camel Crusher. Comeback Kid. There you are. Man, I got to organize these plugins better. For real, for real. Let's see here. And for dynamic control, once again, we're going to use our comp. Actually, let me pull out a different compressor here. Let's try something different. Let's try something that gives it some analog flavor. Let's look at this. Let's look at this tube compressor. As you can see, I've never used it yet. Trying to see if this is one of those left is right, right is left. I'm gonna look for some, I'm curious about a couple things. One of them being, actually, let's see what this sounds like without this filter real quick. Definitely leaving the filter on. Let's go with, what was I just about to say? Yeah, halftime. I'm just curious. I'm pretty sure it's not gonna work in this, the way that I'm about to use it. I'm gonna have to change some stuff up on yeah, let me not predict the future here for you. Let me just play this. Yeah, that was absolutely useless. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Let's try something else. Initial audio reverser. This might be something I might layer it with. I like that half bar. Get the timing right. I think half bar is probably best, but I like that eighth bar too. I'm going to record that in, and it sounds like we're going to have to change the key. So bear with me here for a second. And quantize this. Did that do that right? I think so. Let me extend this out. I'm sorry if I keep saying too much. It's no comment. Komika or Komika says, very nice, at the same time happy and sad. Yeah, I do that a lot. Got to balance out the velocities. That's pretty even. For. Now let's actually level that, because right now it's ridiculously loud. Let's route this to track 12. Synth bass. Let's route that to the bass bus. And let's level this down. Mono all the bass. Fruity limiter. Fruity limiter. Dynamics. Just evening out the bass a little bit. Now I'm going to make the overall bass a little more mono. And I might add a little distortion. Let's go with Destructor. Let me, I'm going to clone, expand. And I'm going to pan the first expand to the right, our bright bells. And then for our second expand, I'm going to load up some mallets. Pan that to the left. Got dangerous all of a sudden. I can hear the drums now. Okay, I don't plan on playing the keys anymore, so I'm gonna increase my buffer rate so we can stop the fuzzies, these fuzzies from happening. I believe I can increase to 256, or I know 160, so I'll increase it to 160. No, 192. There we go. Okay, now let's route. Oh, okay, both of those are routed to the same. That's not bad. We'll leave it like that. We'll leave it like that. Actually, let's go ahead and do this right. Let's route this to track 13. And I'm just going to route into that. So now we still have all the same effects. Hold on. Now we have all the same effects, route to this track only. And then I could add any additional effects to this to clean it up. Wrong medicine. I think I like the original sound better, but I'm going to try and EQ this. Now let's go ahead and add Elite Pianist. Send this track 14. Actually, let's bring everything back in and see what's going on. Instead of Elite Pianist, I'm going to bring in Ample Guitar. I not getting sound? Oh. I did say I was gonna increase. Let's see if we can move these up. Transpose selected. Let's move it up 3 semitones. Let's go through some of these presets and find something that stands out. You know what I need? Some rhythm. Let me add some hi-hats and whatnot. Yeah, trust me, I know the drums aren't loud yet. We're just getting started. Just getting started. Blah. Let's, why isn't it not letting me shorten this note? What the hell's going on? That is the weirdest thing I've ever seen in FL Studio. Okay. Quantize, make sure it's on the right thing. Oh, yeah, let me turn my grid on. I think I want to go for a different type of bounce here. I want a double kick right there. Bro, stop looping. Don't loop. Okay. I always tell young musicians that they do not presets decide on a good composition, but creativity. I think this is some... I'm close. What was that? Did you guys hear that? That sounded dope. I don't think I can recreate that. I don't know why that did that. Oh, I guess it is doing that. That's dope. I don't know. I guess I must have been ignoring the reverses that we threw in there, but yeah, that reverse is really coming out. Where did I put it? Where is the reverb? Oh, it's on the entire instrument bus. Yeah, it sounds pretty good. It's because of the mix knob. Ah, there we go. I got it now. It needs to go right there. That's wrong. Got it. All right. Now copy that over. Take another listen. What's that? No. Something's wrong. Yeah, I think the kick loop is too long. I think the kick loop needs to loop back faster because we're at such a slow tempo, we kind of lose the bounce. Yeah, I think we need to go right back into the same loop. That's hip hop for you. Yeah. This is gonna be fun. That's it. Clap is loud as hell. Oh, okay, it must be looping. Yep. I'm like, what's going on? There we go. Abraham says the video's ahead of the audio. Nothing I can do about that, unfortunately. Give me this one. Yeah, that's a good vibe. Let's do something with this snare. Yeah. Let's send those, send these, actually, I guess we might as well finish off the drums. Let's see here. Before I send these to the mixer. See how I blended that together? You don't just layer random sounds. You gotta pan them and then, you know, correct the volume. And now it just sounds like one nice little loop. It doesn't sound like a bunch of different sounds. It just sounds like one cohesive loop. What? They must be tripping. I gotta edit this, so bear with me. Something's going on with my grid. I changed, like, why won't it condense down? My grid's messed up. Oh, okay. There we go. I have no idea what happened to my grid. I've never seen that happen before. But yeah, let's go to 6 step or 6 beat. This should do it. Nope. No. What's going on? What is going on? Okay, now I know. Okay, don't need that, don't need that. Don't need that, okay. Less is more, fellas. Less is more. And we're still adding more. Let's go to some ghost snares. It's probably not the sound I want. Definitely not the sound I want. Ugh, that ghost is nasty. That ghost is nasty. I did not plan to make a beat, y'all. I was going to make a bunch of loops, but I was really feeling the first loop that I made. Young Metro snare. Back to the piano roll. What the hell's going on? Shoop. I don't know why the loop keeps turning on. I have loops on all of these. Whoever makes these drum kits and makes their drum hits loop, y'all are retarded. First of all, let's switch this back to half beat. Try F sharp. I'm guessing the looking samples are made in other DAW, or the looping samples are made in other DAWs and translate weird in FL. It's very possible. Yeah, because I think it has something to do with like Rex files or something. I don't know. I don't know. But it's definitely annoying. All those producers that do that and don't tune their 808s to C and try to sell you guys 808s. They can't even tune their 808s. And then all these new guys that are making these one-shot kits and now you got none of your instruments are tuned. It's so stupid. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. One-shot kits, nothing's tuned. Man. Some Rhodes would sound really good too. You know what I'm going to do here? I am going to just so that I can jam out for a second. Yeah, that's probably how I'm going to end this off. I'm going to Control Shift, leave remainder. Just to save CPU, then I'm going to lower the buffer rate back down. We're back. Oh man, that was crazy. Oh man. Yeah, it was because I switched my sound for a second, and I think FL tripped out on me, which I'm about to do again. So hopefully it doesn't screw it up. Oh, okay. There we go. There we go. But yeah, now I can turn off these plugins. Ibrahim said he heard my name mentioned in MG's Discord. Yeah, were they mad at that I did one of MG's tutorials, I'm assuming? Which I ended up talking to MG about before the video dropped. But yeah, he ended up being fine with it. But yeah, I don't hide anything that I've learned. So everything that I've ever learned is what I put on the channel. But I've always given credit to every single person that I've learned specific things from. So there's plenty of videos where I talk about Lifestyles did its channel. There's videos where I talk about Simon Servita's channel. There's videos where I talk about MG's channel. There's videos where I talk about Graham from Recording Revolution's channel. There's videos where I talk about mixed in the mixes channel. So I always give credit whenever I talk about something that is taught on someone else's channel. I don't take that as, oh, this is something that I came up with or something that I literally say exactly where the technique comes from. If I ever, I've done that like literally those times, those 5 or 6 times. Every single person that I've named, I've done that with like one time. So it's not like my channel is just me copying everyone's channel. No, like every once in a while, there might be one technique that one channel might do that just blows my mind, where I'm just like, yeah, that's something that I'm going to use all the time. So if it's something that I'm doing, then it's something that I definitely want to let you guys know that I'm doing. You guys would have seen me doing it anyway, and then that would have turned into a tutorial. Just like now. Everything that I've showed you with Ample Guitar, all of that is inside of tomorrow's tutorial. So a lot of these live sessions where I'm creating these loops and these beats, it's exactly what I would do in a tutorial where I'm explaining everything. Just like you said, yeah, 8 a.m. I stream at 5. Just like you guys said earlier, I forget who said it, but someone was commenting how they like how I actually break down everything that I'm doing as I'm doing it versus just sitting here cooking up and not saying anything. Or, just dragging a loop in and just adding drums to it or whatever. But anyway, yeah, everyone's entitled to their opinion. Someone said InFlight got a Noah 40 tutorial in 2020, and MG replied with underwater with quotation marks. I mean, it is what it is. It doesn't affect my channel at all. It doesn't affect my channel what anyone says in a Discord. Yeah, CMP was the one that was most upset out of everyone. And I was like shaking my head because you didn't even watch the video. It was literally impossible for him to watch the video. So he was just saying that based off of the title. So yeah, not the Noah 40 thing. Not the Noah 40 thing, but the MG, the Easy Keys video. So, and normally I don't post premieres. So I just started doing premieres this week, or that last week, whenever that week was. And because of that, they weren't able to watch the video. That's what a premiere does, because they have you they have you notified that, hey, this video is coming out, but you don't get to watch it. You just know that this video is coming out. So they had no context that the video was literally just me promoting MG's technique. It was me talking about MG. Both at the beginning and at the end of the video. So it's not like I just said his name one time, MG the Future, and then just moved on. No, I literally like have a spiel at the end of the video as well, where I go into what kind of tutorials he does. I talk about the fact that he's in like every DAW. I talk about the fact that he's live all the time. So I think he's awesome for the community. So if his followers have a problem with me, I definitely, you know, it's not, like I said, it's not going to affect my personal relationship with MG, and it's not going to affect my channel. But yeah, MG's always been a person that I've been able to reach out to and get a message back from within the same day or within the same hour. Like, he's always been accessible. So it was definitely bad on my part that I didn't say outright, hey, MG, I was thinking about doing a video based off of your Easy Keys and Scalar, or Easy Keys and Instachord video. So I should have done that, but what I ended up doing, I got caught up in bulk editing and bulk recording. So I did that entire MIDI series all at once, uploaded it all at once. And then when I set Premiere, they saw that I was making a video that was almost identical to MG's video. So that got them very upset, knowing that, or not knowing that the video was literally about MG's video. It wasn't me copying his video. It was literally me talking about his video. Yeah, if anything, I was promoting his channel. I mean, that's the point of me talking about them when I make those videos. I like promoting guys like MG the Future, guys like Lifestyle Did It, guys like Bro Beats. If you guys follow me on Twitter, I posted Bro Beats' tutorial on MIDI melodies, or I think it was, or MIDI hi-hats or something. I think it was MIDI hi-hats. He did an incredible trick where he took his chords or melodies or something and then converted that into hi-hat patterns. And I was like, oh my God, that's genius. I shared that in my Discord. I shared that on Twitter. I shared that everywhere when it dropped. So whenever I see something like that, I get really excited about that. But I didn't decide to make a video about that the following day or the following week or anything, because he literally just made the video. MG's video is like years old. It's at least over a year. It's well over a year old. And number two, I don't see anyone doing it. I don't see anyone doing it. And that's really what my channel is about. I look for whatever techniques that make sense for my music production. And along the way, I find out things that are just absolutely incredible to me that might benefit you guys and might not necessarily benefit me in terms of bruh in chat F. I don't even know what that means. So really all I do in terms of the tutorials is just present all the crazy stuff that I know in terms of music production. So if I learn something, especially if it's something that people aren't doing, that's the stuff that I want to show on my channel. That's the stuff that I want to, you know, introduce to you guys and not hide it from you. But anyway, you know, the weird thing about that scenario is like now it's just common knowledge in terms of how how TuneTrack goes about making their plugins. So for example, I just dropped a Easy Bass tutorial today, and with that, let me pull that up. With Easy Bass, they have a feature. Did I click Easy Bass or Easy Keys? So Easy Bass, they have a feature where you literally do... Why is it playing? Oh, okay. They literally have a feature where you do what I showed in that video. So MG's old trick. So they've added that to Easy Bass and plugins like Captain Deep, which I just did. So everything that you bring into your other plugins from the other plugins can be converted into MIDI. So Easy Bass, you could drag the chords over here and make a bass line and go crazy with it. Or you could drag more bass. You could drag guitar bass or guitar and make better MIDI out of the MIDI. So TuneTrack has caught on to that concept, and if I had never seen that video, I would have realized, okay, that's what you do. That's how you use these plugins. So back in the day, though, no one was doing that. Like, MG was super innovative about that. And yeah, there's no way I was going to make that video and not give him credit. Like, but anyway, it is water under the bridge. Definitely no hard feelings between MG and I, or CMP or whatever. Actually, a lot of respect for calling me out on that, because that's something that you don't do. You don't steal someone's video and then take it as your own, or try to get credit for it or anything like that. And that's definitely what they thought was going on. So when you see a premiere and it's, you know, showing Easy Keys, has a similar title and everything, and you can't watch the video, you don't know what's inside of the video, you assume the worst. So can I react to a song by you? It's fairly different, but it's the first song I mixed in FL. I could use critiques. Sure, add it to the Discord. I was about to end all this anyway. It's we've been streaming for 2 hours, which is over YouTube's time limit. They don't have a time limit, but this video is going to get cut short when it gets uploaded. At least for a little while. Where did the... Oh. Okay, yeah, I'll go ahead and take a listen to this one guy's track. I'm gonna work on this more Friday, I guess. Or I'm gonna do another stream Friday. I don't know what I'm gonna be doing in it. Let me go ahead and just save this as Ample Live. Yeah, if you guys want to do a quick beat review, I could do that. Just drop your tracks in the Discord. Wrong screen. There we go. That's what my chat looks like. That's how I'm able to read what you guys are freaking saying. In the beat critique section of the Discord. Link is in the description. What's the date today? 29th. Man, any of you guys watch Last Chance U? I got super excited because I just realized a new season was out yesterday, so I watched 2 episodes. I'm probably going to binge watch the rest right after this. I love that show. You and your boy made the beat. It's also dark rap, by the way, just in case you're not into those things. It's a song. Didn't you say something was wrong with the mix or something? Or like you didn't mix it or something? I forget. Mix sounds fine so far. Well, the vocals are really thin, so it's kind of hard to hear the lyrics. It's kind of hard to hear the lyrics. The mixing sounds, it reminds me of that European style of mixing where they have those really thin vocals. You have like the same type of reverb, but I think it's because of the genre that you're in. I think it's because of the genre that you mixed it that way. But something that could help you, maybe some parallel processing with the vocals so that they sound thicker, but you still have that effect. Because it just sounds like a thin layer of air. They're panned really left and right, so there's like a lot of stereo imaging on it. So there's like nothing up the middle. Maybe if you had a drier version of that vocal right up the middle, that would help. First time you used FL? Yeah, keep going, bro. The beat. You're doing a whole lot with that low end, but it doesn't sound like it's... I don't hear any phasing or clashing issues, surprisingly. Yeah, it sounds kind of clean down there, to be honest. It doesn't sound messed up. I might regret saying that if I listen back to this tomorrow, because I just got through sound designing for an entire hour. So my ears might not be their best right now, guys. But everything sounds in control. So yeah, I'm surprised to hear that. For reverse UK drill melodies, would you use Looperator or something like Fruity Slicer? I think they both work great for sure. I think Looperator is probably faster. Looperator is faster. They're going to sound different for sure. Looperator is going to be faster and more dramatic. But if you want something more subtle, then Fruity Slicer is definitely more than enough. Definitely more than enough. I recently changed my ideas when it comes to arrangement, and therefore ask you to listen to my piece at the end at the next evaluation. Okay. Yeah, it sounds like you're using like the same vocal preset. You said drier vox, but it's still, you know, you're using the same techniques. But again, the mixing's fine. Here's some R&B on OneDrive. Volume's really low. Nice chords. No problem, Lan. Thanks for stopping by. If you guys haven't yet, feel free to like the video and subscribe. Chill vibes, nice percussion, typical R&B percussion. Just some cowbell with some delay and echo, or reverb, I mean. Nice guitar. Sounds like a Strat. Well, I'm glad I said something. You'd be surprised how people don't realize that they're not subbed to a channel, but they just watch it all the time. Because that's how YouTube works. It recommends the videos that you watch or just got through watching. It will recommend more from that channel. So you'll get into a habit of not subbing. That's why subs really don't matter. If you watch the channel, you'll get more, what's it called? I appreciate the sub, 8 a.m. Did you play the guitar? Guitar sounds nice. And again, sounds like a Strat. Almost skipped Land. David Treasure, what's up? A lot of people showing up right towards the end here. I might have to start streaming for like 4 or 5 hours or something. Because it seems like within the first hour or so, first couple hours, it's usually just me and a few other people, and then it takes like, right when I'm about to get off, people want to start hopping in. trap is your thing. Yeah, the mix is really nice. Good arrangement. Sounds like it's ready to be rapped on by you specifically. So if you're making your own beats, you're in a good situation because you know your style. Oh, you came here because of the Discord bot? Well, good. I'm glad I'm using the Discord bot again because I stopped for a long time. Which beat do you want me to play? That's the third beat that you made? Yeah, that's much better than the third beat that I made. Probably better than the 20th beat that I made. That's the crazy thing about y'all in 2020. I'm just going to play the first one because I wasn't sure what you wanted me to play. So you got the Lex Luger key change going on. Oh yeah, that's right, Craig. You're I saw you said something about the chord pack. With your MPC. Sound selection's not as good on this one. You went a little too hard on the EQ, so you took out way too many mids and lows on that track. So everything sounds really thin. But the last track sounded like it was mixed better. But alright guys, I'm going to be back on Friday at 5.